It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We are so excited to have Phase 1 of Riverside Trail opened up. People have dreamed about this for a long time. I was remembering with Cecil years ago when we stood on the Darden Bridge, the pedestrian bridge that had just opened as a pedestrian bridge, and talking about the possibility of a bicycle trail system that would be connecting throughout the community. And we've come a long way since then with our East Bank Trail and now the Riverside Trail. I'm just so proud of all the people who have worked so hard to bring this to reality.
We encouraged the city to move ahead with Riverside Trail because the city was already working on the East Bank and had developed its trails and had reached sort of a dead end, at least from the articles in the newspaper that I was reading, because Holy Cross and St. Mary's would not allow them to go to continue the East Bank Trail across their property. So at that point in time, I thought, well, this is a wonderful alternative. If they just brought that trail down Angela and along Riverside, heading north, then the trail could continue all the way north and then cross the Darden Bridge and then go right on up Darden all the way to St. Pat's Park. So at that point, I organized a committee and petitioned the city council, and of course, they were on board because the city engineer, Carl Luttrell, just took us right on over to his office and encouraged us to help fill out the grant forms, and we got in the queue. That was 1997. Long time to wait for federal funds, but, you know, it was worth waiting. It's beautiful.
Peg and I have snuck out on our tandem bike even before the official opening here, and have seen lots of other people already using the trail, and we know that this will be a well-used trail. It's so great, not only with the river, but as it winds among trees, as it moves along. It's very relaxing and refreshing, and just a great asset for our community.
How much we love the design of the cattails, the green, just the whole design of the fence and the posts, and we were just wondering how that came about.
Well, that you would have to ask Troyer about.
Okay.
That's their landscape architect at work, and John can tell you about that better than I can.
Is this John over here?
John Lazinski.
Oh, okay, John,
the Public Works manager for Troyer Group.
It's such a beautiful motif, and it adds such a, it's so beautiful. It just creates,
I like the patina color, because at a distance, just even from the street, it looks like it could be bronze or copper that's gone into its patina state, which is the idea behind that. So.
Right.
We're trying to use a lot more native grasses and plants.
Right.
So there's less lawn mowing required. And
right. Yeah.
And pollution, that kind of thing.
Much more natural.
Exactly.
It also cleans and filters, and so that's what cattails do.
We were just talking with Carl, and he said you might know about the decision to do the beautiful artwork, the cattails, and we were just saying how beautiful that was and how it really adds to the beauty of the river.
That's all. I mean, the instructions given by Carl were to make this special. And through all the public meetings that we had and all the discussions, we thought we'd try to do something really neat. And the curves on the railing are kind of the curves in the river. And we've got areas along the route where the mile markers, where they've got animal footprints with the mile markers. It was all trying to design it to nature here. And we spent a lot of time coming out and finding where the outlook nodes would be the best, where we could clear and get the best view of the river, both up and downstream, and utilize that. So a lot of effort went into trying to figure out what was best. And hopefully we've done that.
As we move forward, I have directed our engineering staff to begin looking at putting plans in place to complete a trail system throughout the entire city, so that we will start over at Logan Street and come not always immediately adjacent to the river, because some places we don't have that opportunity, but to be able to have that connectivity through our community from one edge of the city to the other. And then next year, Phase 2 of Riverside Trail will carry this on all the way up to the Darden Bridge. And it's my understanding that the county then will be moving forward with a trail system going north from the Darden Bridge.
This is a great day. We started this process over 5 years ago just for this project. That's just the latest chapter in South Bend's interest in restoration, its connection to the St. Joseph River, which started downtown during the bicentennial year with the opening of Bicentennial Park, and continuing with the river walks we have in the downtown area. My pleasure in '94 to work on a mile of pedestrian trail, bicycle trail along the river, taking us to IUSB. And this next chapter is one of the most heartwarming, because this is the neighborhood I live in too. it was great to come out into the neighborhood during the planning process about 4 years ago and hear people's expectations of what they would like to see here. And we're so pleased to be able to deliver partially on those expectations. There's still things that people see and would like to have put out here, and by George, one of these days we hope to be able to do that. But the first thing first is to get this path continuous from Logan Street to the Darden Bridge, and then we'll make it even better after that.
This is one of the projects that the council takes great pleasure in being able to support, in that as money gets tighter, we have to be very particular about where the money goes. But this, I think, says a lot for the city of South Bend. We're excited about the synergy we see when these various groups come together, these disciplines, and make it available for the citizens. Not only is it a means of pleasure, but it will actually, I think, help the city. People start riding bicycles, walking on structures such as this. Is even going to be better for us when it comes to gas and the green space and all of that. So we're excited about that. I would be remiss, though, if I didn't tell you that Dr. Judith Roberts is very persistent in these type of developments. I remember about a year or so ago, or maybe a little bit more than that, we were in a meeting, and I asked the mayor after the meeting, I said, what did you think of that? He said, well, we got to find the dollars to do what Judith says. And somehow Judith helps you find the money and helps you make these things come to reality. So I thank you, and I thank her for the great work all of you have done to make this a reality.
I just want to thank the mayor. I want to thank the city council and the engineering department, especially Gary Gillard and Carl Luttrell, for their work in bringing about this extension of the South Bend Recreation Trails into our neighborhood. My family has lived on Riverside Drive for 16 years and have enjoyed our private view of the river, while also benefiting from the proximity to downtown. We've realized for years what an asset this beautiful river is to the neighborhood and to the city, and now with this trail, more residents can enjoy the spectacular views. Before the trail, once in a while, from out our front window, we'd see a solitary individual walking along, or a family, or maybe somebody walking their dog. But since the trail has been paved, it's just exploded with walkers and joggers, families and individuals on bicycles. I just cannot believe how many people have come out and enjoyed the trail. I've just never seen so many people, and it's just created a wonderful gathering place for the neighbors to come out, enjoy nature, enjoy the river, and really to interact more with others. The Riverside Trail is going to make our neighborhood a more friendly, more vibrant, and more interactive neighborhood, and I really just want to thank everybody for it. And I just also want to say, as the chair of the Paint the Town with Bike Lanes Committee, that I know the Public Works Department is continuing to work on a plan of connectivity, a plan to connect the trails and the bike lanes across town. And I think that's just going to be a wonderful asset to the city, and I look forward to that. And again, thank everyone for the vision and the work they've done on the project.
On behalf of the Keller Park neighborhood, I just want to thank the mayor and the council representatives and everybody who made this possible, and just thanks for taking action on this to get this done. It's a beautiful thing. I know my family and I are enjoying this, and all of us as neighbors of Keller Park neighborhood. I know I've been taking the long drive home from work each day just so I can spend some more time on the river and see the progress that's being made. But in addition to just the impact that our families get from this, the economic impact, we're very thankful as a neighborhood. I know that no doubt this will add value to our property and encourage others to come and be homeowners in the Keller Park Neighborhood Association.
On behalf of Michiana Watershed, I just want to say thanks to all the wonderful partnerships that were involved in bringing this project online so all could use it. But the important people who are to be thanked to are all of you. That is everybody in the community, because that's what it takes, working together. Now, on behalf of Michiana Watershed, and perhaps you recall that it's just 50 years ago that that organization was created here to take advantage of this marvelous resource that we have here with that first major river cleanup in 1957. But it's appropriate that this dedication of and grand opening of the Riverside Trail is right here overlooking that wonderful resource that serves us well. And we're happy to have had noted that the continuation of this Riverside Trail along the river through downtown and even past the farmers market and IUSB, and now on to Logan Street, perhaps even linking with our sister city, Mishawaka. That's important, the connections and making the continuity of this system. That's what really will make a difference. So I'm looking forward to stage 2 as well, as we bring this particular trail on to the old 4-mile bridge and that pedestrian bike crossing at Darden Road, and tying in with the county efforts along Darden, and perhaps even carry it right out to Clay High School. It's important that these destinations that are important to the community are all pulled together. So connections, that's what counts. And here on Riverside Trail, we have also the opportunity to have another major connection, bringing the old Nile Secondary online. Because you recall that bridge which links and goes right into the Holy Cross area and ties into that East Bank Trail. Mind you, that was the first rail trail in the state of Indiana. And Michiana Watershed, working closely with the city, had a little bit to do with that as well. So it'd be nice to see the Nile Secondary come online, because as it crosses the river at that old bridge, it also goes on to the west, past the Holy Cross Parish and on to even the main line. Looking forward to all these connections coming to life. But importantly, just want to say thanks to all who made this come to life so that all could enjoy this and take advantage of our marvelous St. Joseph River resource.
Bump the river.
Hey, you like my bike?
That looks like a real
How far away from here do you live?
About a mile, 2 miles.
So you drove down here to walk the trail?
Yeah.
To walk the trail. You gonna walk the whole trail?
Yeah, we've been down to Angela and we're on the way back.
What do you think of this Riverside Trail?
It's a really nice area to walk. It's beautiful, it looks so much better, and gives you a chance to walk around somewhere besides the neighborhood. And
I grew up just down the street. So this is flashback.
Yeah. Do you wish this had been here when you were a kid?
Yes, I do.
What would you have done if this were here?
Spent more time by the river.
From where we are on the south side, you have to drive somewhere to get a place where you can walk, get exercise.
We like it.
You like it? What do you like about it?
We can ride bikes on it. We never did this.
This is the first time?
Well, me and Paul, but not the first time for Joey. Yeah.
If you weren't going to ride here, where would you ride your bikes?
Up on that sidewalk.
How does this compare to that?
Better. Better. A lot better.
I got 30 minutes down to IUSB.
Okay, so you go down to Angela and cut over, north side?
Yeah, north side, then catch the trail up there.
Right on Howard Street?
Take it all the way down to Howard Park and then all the way down to IUSB.
I rode that yesterday.
Yeah. So, I mean, before they put this in, it wasn't really, well, I could have done it, but it's a lot easier now. I didn't like to ride on Riverside here. Riding in the street on North Shore is fine, it's not very busy, but I like riding on the trails better. Even when school starts, I'll try to do it. I don't know if I can do it every day, but this is, I mean, it feels, just riding my bike to work along the river, feels like I'm in a much nicer place.
We started out from Notre Dame, and when Jim had the idea, let's try the trail, and we cut over, and here we are.
We cut through Holy Cross at St. Joe High School and then along Angela to get over here. So it was an easy ride. The hill going back is going to be a little testy. We found ways to loop around to Notre Dame's bike trail that goes around the Joyce Center and up Ivy or whatever, Twickenham or whatever they call it now. So we were just saying we can go for our Sunday bike rides here without having to go over to Chesterton to the Chesterton-Hobart Trail. We can now start doing that here and get a nice 10-15 mile bike ride comfortably out of it.
We enjoy it. We enjoy it, and it's such a beautiful day, and to see the river and people keep up the neighborhood and the house. I think it's great for the community.
Is this nice enough that you won't do Chesterton as often?
Yes, because with the price of gas and our time, I mean, it takes you almost an hour to get there. It takes us 10 minutes to get here, so that's a big difference. And if you can only fit in maybe an hour or so of biking, this is perfect. Happy trails!
My name is Jeff Nixa. I'm the chair of Bike to Work Week, which is essentially Bike to Work Day here in downtown South Bend. It's the second year we've done this. We have much better weather this year, although it's been cold. Last year we had rain and cold. This year we just had chilly weather, so we're quite happy. The event is to encourage people to commute by bicycle, to leave the car at home, to just try it out for one day if they've always kind of wanted to try it and just weren't sure how they would do it. Not sure how they would get support and so on. We have all kinds of materials down here. We have free bicycle mechanics, we have free musicians, we have literature from local bicycle groups, mountain biking groups, road groups. We have people who are working with the city of South Bend to advocate the striping and the signing of bicycle safety lanes throughout the city, and eventually we hope Mishawaka and surrounding communities. So it's kind of a gathering of different bike-interested people all in one place this spring. And we're partly about education for the community, we're partly about bike safety for the bicyclists, and we're about having fun and encouraging people to do such a simple yet brilliant activity of riding a bike, saving gas. It's good for the family, it's good for the neighborhoods, it's good for the city, it's good for traffic, it's good for downtown businesses. And we've had good participation this year. We probably had 3 to 4 times as many people down here throughout the day as we did last year, our first year. So we're tickled with the response, and we're already brainstorming for next year.
The majority of the bike riding that I have done is, I guess you would call it more, recreational, but there was always a purpose to it. Taking books to the library, bringing groceries back from the store with a backpack, or I was going early to some place like St. Pat's Park, and the wife was coming up later, so you would ride a bike up there, and then she would follow later on with the minivan.
And what you do is you just take these little bitty bottles, shake it up real good, hold it right about here, and just put a few drips as you do a back pedal.
Okay.
Just 5 or 6 drips, and then just shift through all the, go out and ride it around a little bit, shift around and get all over everything. You can also put just a little bit right in here.
Okay.
Right in here. And then it'll stop that squeaky sound.
Oh, okay.
So I wish it would rain. I wash my face clean. I want to find some dark clouds to hide in here. Oh, the love in a memory. It sparkles like diamonds when the diamonds fall. They burn like tears when the diamonds fall. They burn like tears. Gonna pack up my 2-step and shoes and head for the Gulf Coast plain. I wanna walk the streets of my own hometown where everybody knows my name. I wanna ride the wave down to Galveston when the hurricane blows in. 'Cause that Gulf Coast, the water tastes sweet as wine when your heart's blowing home in the wind. So I wish it would rain. I wash my face clean. I want to find some dark clouds to hide in here. Oh, the love in a memory. It sparkles like diamonds when the diamonds fall. They burn like tears when the diamonds fall. They burn like tears when the diamonds fall, darling. They burn like tears.
What's new this year is we have a lot more members like Maria and Brian who have really helped out. Yeah, they've helped out with contacting businesses and with putting together a lot of posters for our media, and it's just been great because the ball has really gotten rolling. A lot more people got involved, and with that we've been able to spread out the work. And this has been a nice networking event. What is different is the mayor committed in January to 10 miles of lanes and share the road signs per year for the next 5 years. And this morning, Gary Gillot from the Department of Public Works said, Judith, let's keep the ball rolling. Let's have a meeting soon, and we're going to just lay out that plan for 5 years. Which roads we're going to do, which 10 miles for the next 5 years. And I think that's great. So that's a big change. And the other big change is we already have Mishawaka Avenue striped. As of last week, the city striped Mishawaka Avenue from the farmers market to Logan to hook up with the Mishawaka trails.
I'm a member of a local bike advocacy group called the Paint the Town with Bike Lanes Committee. And they've actually been working for years with the city of South Bend to encourage the bike striping of key routes throughout South Bend that would connect the downtown area with existing places of interest, universities, museums, mall, shopping areas, trying to make it safe for people to get to the usual destinations around town. We don't pick the biggest routes or the busiest routes through town. We're not trying to just get bike lanes on the main roads that people drive on. In fact, a lot of times we're avoiding those. We're going a block or two off the main drag, so that it's not just bike stripe lanes, but safe bike lanes. There are some existing bike trails and bike lanes right now, but they're not connected. They don't really go anywhere. For example, North Twickenham Avenue has a route of bike lanes that were striped some years ago, but it just stops abruptly at a certain street, and so nobody really uses it. And so we're continuing that this year, making it a real functional bike route all the way to the south side of South Bend.
You always ride two together?
On the evening shift, yeah. But we only work 3 days a week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And daytime, we work one person, and it's 9:30 to 1:30. Monday through Friday, no one on the weekend. But they only have so much money, so they gotta figure out how to use it wisely.
Yeah.
So if we need something extra in the summertime, they'll throw in a few extras here and there. Or if some big events coming up, they'll change the hours, whatever we need.
You work with Notre Dame, they got bikers?
Now they have full-time bikes up there. I don't know how they work there. I don't know anybody up there. The airport has some guys trained on the bikes, and Mishawaka definitely does. They let their guys on their patrol time ride.
Oh.
And we do that a little, but most of the time, not too much.
We went to the schools, all the third grades in the county, and we gave out helmets.
So I wish it would rain. I wash my face clean. I want to find some dark clouds to hide in here. Oh, the love in a memory. It sparkles like diamonds when the diamonds fall.